PowerShift09 is a conference that was organized by a group called the Energy Action Coalition, which is a organization or a collective of over 50 major organizations, 700 local groups all around the United States that are engaging in the youth climate movement. And the conference was a culmination event bringing 12,000 students to Washington, D.C. to lobby our representatives for a climate bill in 2009. And the Loyola group got involved with PowerShift through another campaign of the Energy Action Coalition, which was called the Power Vote. Power Vote was during the 2008 election. We canvassed around campus encouraging students to, as they were electing new officials, to write to their officials, call their officials, and say, this is why I'm voting for you. I'm voting for you because we want to elect somebody to office that's going to take control and take great care in dealing with the climate crisis. So we went to DC to participate in the dialogue, to lobby our representatives, network with other students, learn more about what's happening in the youth climate movement. A lot of us went there pretty uneducated on environmental justice issues, which are a big part of climate change. And we've come back with a lot of tools that we're now hoping to use in coordination with students around the country to collectively lobby our representatives for the rest of the year. And there's a lot of progress underway already.
How do you feel? You said you're getting updates about this bill from your cell phone. What role do you think new media plays in and new technologies play in activism and getting things done?
That's a very great question, because the paper that I'm about to leave and write is on that very same topic. I'm subscribed through a Twitter account to PowerShift updates on my phone. I can pull them up if you're coming in. I'll just give you an example. My phone just went off. It says, sad to hear an environmental group like the National Resource Defense Council say that we should give most pollution permits free to the nation's biggest polluters. So right now there are students inside the Energy and Environment Subcommittee hearings that are listening to the testimony and responding and getting information out there that you're not going to see in the mainstream media about what these groups are saying. And that comment right there is a response to a major environmental organization that has said that they would like to see the credits that are being given away for the carbon cap and trade to be given to polluters free of charge. So these credits are going to be very valuable once they're out there, because basically a cap and trade says that this is the level of carbon that the U.S. will allow, the government will allow to be emitted in the United States, and you have to have a permit to emit it. So if you're a polluter and you get a credit for free, you can then auction that credit on the market or sell it on the market and make a profit. The youth movement is saying that it has to be different, that the credits cannot be given away, that it's an incredible opportunity to generate revenue for renewable energy, and also to hold polluters accountable and make it expensive to pollute, because these industries that we're forced to rely upon because we don't have an alternative energy model right now are costing us very, very dearly in our public health sector, in our job sector. There's a lot of accountability that needs to be held in place in this bill, and new media plays a great role, because students, people who don't have the wherewithal to own a major news organization are able to use their cell phones, use their computers, use their video cameras, what have you, are able to get media out there that tells a different story and tells their story. And it's really effective in this movement because it is our story. We are the generation, the younger generation, and there are younger ones than us, but we are going to be on this planet for a long time. And it's a planet that we're getting ready to inherit, and we want to inherit one that we can live on. So it's very important that we stand up now and become a part of this climate movement and ensure that we're going to be able to enjoy tree plantings on Lake Michigan, that we're going to be able to enjoy spending time with our friends by the lake on a beautiful day.
Okay, is there a website you want to reference at all where people can go and check out some info and get involved?
Yeah, there are two websites to connect with the PowerShift campaign. One is simply PowerShift09, PowerShift09.org. That's the main website for the conference. And there's also the Energy Action Coalition website, which is energyactioncoalition.org. Both very easy URLs to remember. And I guess other than that, there's a burgeoning group of students on Loyola's campus that are involved in this campaign, and we want to make it. And we're doing our best to get out there and miss the finals and miss the school assignments to get out there and educate our peers on climate change and educate them on the political window that exists right now. There's a bill in Congress being debated today. Actually, I've been getting updates on my cell phone from PowerShift students that are inside the House Energy and Environment Subcommittee right now, listening to CEOs of major companies coming in and talking about what they want to see in the energy bill. The bill is called the American Clean Energy and Energy Security Act of 2009, and it's going to, if passed, and it will be passed with the amount of student support behind it, it will put a cap on carbon emissions, force investments in 100% renewable energy, set a goal of creating green jobs throughout the country, which are jobs that can be created in building wind turbines, installing solar panels, energy efficiency, all sorts of projects that need to be done in order to solve the climate crisis are also projects that can solve the economic crisis. And we're hoping that all of this can get done and can get passed and implemented through a bill in time for the UN climate talks in Copenhagen, which are in December. So I think Loyola is doing very good in developing a framework to engage students in discussing these problems and researching solutions. And hopefully, as more students get involved in the project, it will just continue to blossom and our efforts will only get better.